Hey, this is the Spectre. My show, that is, and my name's Daniel Yoxheimer. What a great show, what great production values. Yay, YouTube. Um, and I have been thinking about, because my fiance doesn't really vote, and I mean, she's actually was in the military too. And not that that necessarily means you typically vote, but she's not particularly political. She doesn't believe in politicians for that matter, and like neither do I, and especially the political climate in this country and everything, because it makes absolutely no sense these days. I've been watching videos and reading articles about people talking about freedom of religious liberties, this Freedom of Religious Liberties Act, I guess, and out in Indiana, and the whole debacle with this pizza shop that won't allow it won't cater gay weddings. Basically, is what they said. I mean, how are you gonna kick somebody right out of your shop who just wants a slice, because you think they might be gay, or there's a gay couple of some kind who comes in, and I'm just, it's late, I'm sorry, I'm a little groggy, but and gun control, I'm sick of this. I'm sick. There's these three drag issues. There's so many other problems we have. I guess this is how I feel about what's this country. We have so many problems with healthcare. We have problems with just sustainable agriculture and energy resources that we things we ought to be working on, and advances in medicine, all these sorts of things. Okay, I don't think anyone's taken away anybody's guns or their religious freedom, and I just have a few basically pat facts about that. Let's get down to brass tacks. Okay, I have several relatives that own guns, handguns, law-abiding citizens. They've had them for years. No one has ever come by and tried to take them. They have, one of my relatives has, I won't say which relative, but a close relative has the right to conceal and carry, and she can do so. And that's fine, it's legal for her to do it. No one's taking that shit away. But they're going, oh, we're going to take away your guns. In this religious liberties bullshit thing. This has got to fucking go away. No one is trying to take away religious liberties. There's a church on every street corner in this city that I live in, Williamsport, PA. And in a lot of small towns and big cities, there's churches everywhere. There's religion is everywhere. It's flourishing. Just because you can't have a nativity scene in front of the courthouse, and you can't, and public schools don't teach the Bible, you have to get a stick up your ass over it. I mean, churches have tax exemption. What the fuck more do you want? And you can say any bigoted, stupid, moronic fucking thing you want. And it's cool. And the thing about that is, which irritates me, is if you don't like gay people, homosexuals, or any other group of people, and like Memories, the owner of Memories Pizza, for instance, says that, well, I'll choose to be heterosexual. I don't know. He kind of doesn't have an accent, but he does, a little Midwest accent. Excuse me, a little burp there. I choose to be heterosexual. If they choose to be homosexual, that isn't my problem. And it goes against my religious beliefs. It's like, no, you just don't like it because you think it's gross. And you don't like maybe their mannerisms, and you don't, the thought of gay sex repulses you. You know, you can, why don't you just speak to it from that standpoint, if you're going to talk. Like how Phil Robertson talks about it. Just say how you feel about it. You think it's disgusting. They disgust you. You hate gay people. You wish they didn't exist. Why don't you say what you really mean? Instead of acting like, your religious liberties are being infringed upon, and it's somehow a victory that you got Indiana's governor to sign a stupid, meaningless law that protects you from any sort of legal scrutiny if you refuse service to gays in any way, shape, or form. It's stupid. If you don't want to, my dad's a plumber. If he didn't want to work for someone for whatever reason, because maybe they didn't pay him, or they just didn't like doing business with him for whatever reason, and let's say hypothetically if my dad was homophobic, didn't want to work for them because they were gay, he could do that. He didn't have to say it. He didn't have to say like, oh, you know, man, I don't want to work for them queers, you know, or whatever. Like if someone just did that, but they didn't vocalize it. I mean, you don't have to cater a wedding. If you own a business, you own your own business. That's because it's your business. You don't have to do business with people you don't want to do business with. End story, dickhead. You don't need to have society be tailor-made for your ignorance, you know? It's bullshit. And it's ridiculous. And by the way, when did this whole culture get so Jesus freaky? Okay? I mean, they think, oh yeah, everything in this country is built on a foundation of Christian values and all good things came from Christians. Really? Christians? Christians that own slaves? You know? Like Mormons who had like 20 wives? That stupid religion? Scientologists who have workers work for 40 cents an hour cleaning Tom Cruise's house and shit? And probably sucking his dick for all the fuck we know. Who knows? I'm just making shit up. But that's a made-up religion. That was made up in the 50s, and there's a bunch of people out there that believe it, and they take all their freaking money. And that's what a lot of churches do. You know, it's a freaking con. It's a ripoff. I mean, hell, the great minds in our world and in our country, were they really super religious? Huh? Did Jesus come up with this, a smartphone? Did God make this happen? No. Scientists and engineers and computer software programmers made this happen. Smart people who need to start having more kids instead of these Duggar idiots. Like just pollute the world with people who think magic exists. That's been helping. And you know what? You're going to call me a bigot for making fun of Christians or any other religion. No, I'm making fun of ideas and challenging ideas that are stupid. That don't make any sense. I mean, you know, I'm not out there handling snakes in the Ozarks because the Bible says thou shalt take up serpents. You know why? Because I know snakes are poisonous. And when they bite you, they can kill you. And these dumb idiots, they don't even go to the freaking ER when they get bit by a snake. You know, I mean, most of these people are just too stupid to fucking live anyway. So why should I respect them? You know? They're just a bunch of backward-ass fucking dipshits. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, you know? I mean, Christians didn't get us into space. They didn't get us to the moon. They didn't, you know, they didn't incept NASA. They didn't build the shuttle program. You know? They didn't. They just stayed down here and, you know, preach the Bible and dance around and speak in tongues and basically, you know, keep people in a little box. Keep them in, you know, limit their intellect because that's how you control people. You control people by limiting their intellect. And then, you know, because if you have a kid who's reading and who's going online and is learning about the world, that's a kid who's going to know something about the world. He's going to be able to maneuver through life well, and he might accomplish something great. If you keep some kid and turn him into a Bible-thumping idiot moron who clings to his guns and his Bible and thinks those are the only two most valuable things in the world, and doesn't care about any sort of medical or scientific research that could better humanity, yeah, that's the kind of people that we need in this world. We need more of those people. We do. You know, we totally need more of these people. More of these Glenn Beck following, Sean Hannity, you know, fucking Duck Dynasty watching fucking hillbilly ingrates. That's what we need. You know, a bunch of fucking psychopaths that don't believe in birth control. And they keep having these huge broods of ignorance, and you see them down at the county fair shoving funnel cakes down their freaking pie hole. Their fat fucking kids that they load up in their gas-guzzling SUV. You know, it's crazy. And then their Uncle Jethro's running the tilt-a-whirl, and he's been doing it since the 8th grade, and he's like 47 years old. I guess I'm kind of painting a little bit too much of an elaborate picture of this hypothetical family that I'm trying to use to characterize the ignorance in the United States. But I mean, it really, when it comes down, that's what it is. It is. I mean, I don't want to vote for any of these new candidates that are coming out. I don't want to vote for Rand Paul, Ted Cruz. I don't give a shit about what this... If this country wants to be the way it is, fine, okay? You can have it. Ruin it. You're on your way to doing it. I mean, Christian conservatives and all you other nutty religious extremist fucking kooks and you crazy gun nuts, you paranoid militia groups, hey, you can have this country. Do what you will with it. Because you're already ruining it. You may as well finish the job. I mean, God, you're ruining this country like fucking Bruce Jenner's plastic surgeon is ruining him. I mean, really. It's the equivalent of basically this country is being run by, is trying to improve I mean, you people are trying to improve the United States like Bruce Jenner's plastic surgeon's trying to improve him. And I totally fucked that up, I know. But when it comes down to it, it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. I don't care if the Founding Fathers were Christians. It was over 200 years ago. I don't give a fuck what the fuck they thought. I really don't. Doesn't mean anything to me now. I'm sitting in my living room with a camera and I can upload videos onto the internet. You know, the Founding Fathers couldn't do that. Okay? I mean, they usually... Half of them were like raping slaves and shit for all we know. I mean, God knows what went on back then. You know, they weren't great men. We don't know who the fuck they really were. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, as far as the government's concerned, and are a lot of people in this country who do in fact vote and are paranoid religious lunatics, hey, you know what? If you want this country so bad, you can have it. You can fucking have it. But stay the fuck out of my life. Honestly. I just don't. I just want these people out of my fucking life. I just hope this shit goes away, and the only thing that's got to happen is over time these people, you know, hopefully their kids they have later on realize they're full of shit, and over time, of course, they'll grow old and die off, and hopefully this stupidity won't go on forever.